2. Hey, everybody. We are talking today about persuasion and probably my biggest success formula for persuasion, bringing people into my funnel. I'm speaking about this in a corporate capacity, right? My name is, as you know, Michael Angelo Caruso. I teach Present Like a Pro strategies in the online course. I do keynotes. I sell books and audio programs in the back of the room at my live events. And I'm always trying to bring people into my sales funnel. But, you know, persuasion doesn't have to be corporate. Persuasion could be something that's casual among friends. I was on the phone with one of my brothers this morning, and we had the most interesting conversation. We were talking about, movies and music and songs to listen to and comedians to watch, just making recommendations to each other. And somehow my brother and I got into the habit of trying to convince each other to do stuff. I don't know if you have this relationship with your siblings or not, but I guess I enjoyed it more in the early years, but I don't have the energy for it now. And yet the game continues where my brother would say, as he did this morning, you saw that Queen movie, didn't you? It's called Bohemian Rhapsody, right? It was nominated for Movie of the Year. The lead actor won for Actor of the Year. And by all accounts, it's a pretty darn good movie. But my brother, who, by the way, is still a working musician, he saw a review and he didn't like it. He put his arms out like this and he goes, I'm not watching it. I'm not going to grab it. And now the movie's been out, 6 months or something, and he still hasn't watched it. We've talked about it before. I said, you should see it. It's really good. And today he opens up the conversation again that I should tell him more about the movie, ostensibly to convince him that he should see a movie that he's already decided he's not going to see. Which is just not fun for me, And I actually said to him, I would much rather prefer to talk about something, maybe a movie that we've both seen, so that we can both enjoy the conversation. So as siblings do, he got snarky with me and he said, well, it sounds like you've decided for me that we won't be talking about it. I said, no, man, I've decided for me that we're not talking about it because it's not a nutritious conversation for me. You haven't even seen the trailer, I'll bet. He says, no, I haven't. I mean, the trailer's 2 minutes long. So let's keep this in mind. He hasn't even watched the 2-minute trailer, but he wants me to spend 10 minutes trying to convince him to see it. So you see why this is amusing to me, right? Thank you for muting. So you see why this is amusing to me. So I said, I'd rather not. And we went on to talk about other things. I have a great relationship with my brothers, right? But this is why I have a great relationship with him. I realized that my brother is not a good prospect for me in the persuasion department on this Bohemian Rhapsody movie about Queen. So I'm going to stop trying to convince him to see it. And that's what you have to do when you're interviewing people, Derek, and when you're speaking to audiences, Gerald. There are people in the room sending you signals about who they are. And because we are persuaders and because we run businesses and because we know what's best for people, or at least think we do, we will spend an inordinate amount of time with the least receptive people. This is really important because we only have limited resources to spend persuading the masses or persuading the people who are at the top of our funnel, right? And now we will spend inordinate, unrealistic amounts of time, unreasonable amounts of time trying to convince people who are not in any way interested in what we have to offer. Gerald, it happens in live scenarios when the person in the front row crosses their arms like this, and you start going to work on that person, because you're a pleaser, just like I am. And Derek, you need to fill the position. And here's a person, a live human being who's capable of filling the job, right? But for some reason, they don't seem altogether convinced that they're right for the job. So you go to work convincing them that they're right for the job. Guys, it was the poet Maya Angelou who said, when someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. So stop trying to convince people who aren't even close to doing business with you, even close to seeing it your way, and focus on the people who are interested in going the same path you are. This is called, in sales, the pre-qualification or pre-qual process. Most sales people don't even do it, even if they're on commission-based. because they just want to get out there and get busy and start seeing people. And gosh darn it, I'm good enough of a salesperson, I can convince them to do business with me, right? Instead of pre-qualifying and only sitting down in front of people who are actually interested in what you have to offer. So that's my tip for today is, and perhaps my biggest secret to persuasion, is to not spend time with people who are not interested in what you have. More strategies like this one at my YouTube site, where you can subscribe and be notified of new videos. And of course, if you're interested in online training, the best presentation course in the world, it's Present Like a Pro. Check out online training on my website, which is michaelangelocaruso.com. Thanks, guys.